Christy. I'm part of the Simply Yoga Foundation here in Salmon Creek, Washington. And what we've done is we've built a nonprofit, and our mission is mental health awareness through movement and mindfulness, with a greater focus on our youth and our emergency service workers. So basically, we're here to support you, teachers, and the kids in any way we can. Dealing with the extra stresses with school shootings and lockdowns and even home life. We want to teach the kids how yoga really is a powerful tool, but with the kids we call it mindfulness. And so we built this whole program with you, with Karina, called Mindful Me. So it's mindfulness and movement. We come into your recess time, we offer up this idea if the kids want to do Mindful Me with us, or they can spend time at recess. It's movement with the breath, period. The other part of this is what we call educating the educators. And that's working with you, the educator, on how can we be more mindful in a kid's day? How can we be mindful and learn social emotional skills, social emotional learning? So we want to work with you and bring the kids into class. The first 5, 10, 15 minutes, we want to kind of build a ritual. We come into class, we do this mindfulness, this breathing, and this movement, and then we start to focus on our learning. We just want to try it out, see if it helps the kids learn, focus. So this is an example, and again, you get to work with me. You get to tell me what's working, what's not. I'm here, the other instructors are here to mentor you in any way that you find needed. So we can do this video and be done with it. You can try it out. We'll give you a 5x7 card to kind of remember what we've done. And then you can take that and do it on your own, see how it works. Or you can ask us to come in and maybe give an example of how we would do it. Again, we have to be really adaptable to grades, kids, that day. So it's that whole idea of we're going to educate, we're going to teach you how to teach mindfulness and movement, and then how do we adapt to that energy throughout the day. Big thing of yoga is acceptance. How do we accept and adapt to our day and just take everything that we can in and do the best we can with it. You as teachers are already amazing at this. It's just this idea of we've got that movement aspect, we've got that breath aspect, and maybe that might help, okay? So this would be an idea of the first day of class, and this might just be for kindergartners, their first day ever at school. So they'd come in, notice I'm on a kiddie chair, they'd come in, sit them down, and right away we tell them, we've got 5 different levels of our voice at school. One of those is at the library. One of those is when we're working as individuals at our desk, but we might have a question for somebody next to us or a teacher. Quiet. This is also the level that we go out to the halls at. Then we've got that in the classroom, but we're working as a group, and so it's okay to raise our voice a little bit. And then we've got that outside time where things just get wild. So those are our 4 levels of voice, and we can always add another level if you see fit. So we're just going to use the word we, building community. And it can be a song in a sense. So we just take our hands and we say, okay, we're going to pretend like we're at the library, and we're going to be really quiet with our we, so it's going to seem like this. We, and the kids just say it with you. And then we say, okay, now we're going to be working on a project by ourselves, but we have a question for the teacher or the assistant. So we can bring our levels up a little bit. We'll just raise our hands a little bit. We, and then that idea that we're in a group setting, but we're still inside, so we can go a little bit louder, but not too loud. We, and then that idea that we are out at recess, baby, and we can be as loud as we want. We, Sorry about that. So those can be that social, emotional learning as far as what levels of voice we should be using in class. Something as simple as that. Also what that does is it gets energy out, right? And it also, when you have to push that breath out, you also have to take a big breath in. So it encourages that breath work, that work with the nervous system. Then the next part of that would be movement. Good. But the problem with it is, or one problem it could be, is that the movements might not be too fast enough for the kids. So what we've learned is that sometimes it's nice to build a story with the movements, and other times the kids are just fine doing the movements with the breath. So again, we're adapting with the kids. So here's an example of maybe what a younger child would really respond to. So pretend like we are going for an airplane trip and we have to pack our suitcase. So we're gonna imagine our suitcase sitting right out in front of us, or it could be on the desk if you don't have enough space. We're gonna imagine that suitcase and it's open, ready for us to place our goods in it. So we're gonna reach behind us, and you don't even have to say right or left, they're gonna follow your lead. We're gonna reach behind us and grab our sweatshirt, because it might be cold where we're going. So we're gonna grab some sweatshirt or something to keep, some clothes to keep us warm as we go on this adventure. And we're gonna bring that back over and put it into our suitcase. Drop, little forward folds. Coming back up, sitting tall. We're gonna twist the other way, and then we're gonna grab a hat in case the sun is shining where we're going. And bringing that hat back and a nice forward fold. And up you go, sitting up tall, softening the shoulders. So that idea that you could take them on an adventure, grab something as you twist and forward fold, or you can just say sit up tall, twist over to the side, back to center. You might be able to add inhale in, exhale, twist. They might respond really well. Again, adapting. Back over you go. Now, we're going to reach our arms up overhead. For the kids that you're telling a story to, you might say, we're going to reach our arms up to the sky because we are at the airport and we are going to wave to all the planes up above. Because we're going to get ready to go into one of those planes in the air and we're saying hello. And then we can bring our hands right back down. For the other kids, that might just be inhale, exhale. Simple as that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And you can keep on grabbing things from your suitcase. You can keep on waving or waving goodbye, pretending like you're in the airplane, waving goodbye to everyone below you. Just that idea of any kind of movement. We could even pretend like we're reaching up to the sky and tipping on over. And again, we can be creative, like we're reaching over to one plane or something over on this side and dropping down and reaching over. And again, you get to ask me for this feedback. I can be as creative as you want for me to be and build this with you, okay? So just that idea of side bending, how can we get that in? And then the other thing that the kids love, which is great, the idea of slow and fast. So we teach them, we're gonna go really slowly into that forward fold, maybe placing that stuff into our luggage and slowly come back up. We're gonna slowly twist to one side, back to center, the other side, back to center, very slow, and then reaching on up, so slow, and back down, so slow. And then you can do a really fast one. Reaching up, down, reaching over, down, reaching the other way, down, forward fold, down. So we can make that into a whole movement program. Again, you get to ask me if you want me to build it up for you. All right, and then here's our last one. So we're always going to bring the mind up, the social, emotional learning. We're going to bring movement into it, and then we're going to bring that breath into it to calm the system. So when we exhale, a long exhale, it calms us. When we take a deep inhale, it builds lots of energy. Might seem subtle, but it happens, okay? So here we go. We're gonna take one hand out in front. Take this other hand, bring it to the crease of your wrist in your hand. As you inhale, or as you bring your fingertip up to the tip of your thumb, inhale. So inhale, exhale. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, all the way down, exhale fully. And I mean, you could take it all the way down. If they got a ton of energy, let them get it out, right? So we could do that 3 times. You could do that really fast. And then the most important is that really slow. How slow can they challenge themselves to go, right? So we want to go so slow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So those are some of the ideas that we have. I've got a whole bunch of ideas in my mind. My thought is that I'm going to put 5 things on a cue card, build a video. It could be 5-10 minutes long. You could make it shorter. You could make it longer. Again, adapting and see how it goes. And you and I and my team, our team is we're going to build this together and see what works, see what's going to bring in that focus, see how we're going to build that social, emotional skills and that mindfulness. All right, let me know what you think. Thanks.